main intention behind what we did was to provide an alternative for Western Muslims to enjoy music, but in a halal way.
My faith is one big part of what I do. If I make something, I want it to be covering on modest, the fashionable pieces, so it's not just for Muslim, but for the lady who wants to be fashionable as well as be elegant. My name is Halifa Shamson. I'm a Yemeni and I was born in Wales. I'm a fashion designer and I specifically design modest fashion. I mean, I wouldn't say it's for the modest Muslimah, it's not just for Muslims. I kind of design my clothes for everybody, so they're fashionable pieces, so they're not just for the Muslim lady, they're for the lady who wants to be fashionable as well as be elegant.
A metropolitan city making up over a third of the entire population of Wales, Cardiff is the largest city and the capital of Wales, one of the 4 countries that is part of the United Kingdom. With English and Welsh as the official languages in the country, Wales has successfully retained its distinctive cultural identity. Islam remains the largest non-Christian faith that is being practiced in Wales, with a significant population of the Somali and Yemeni Muslim community residing in Cardiff.
Growing up in Cardiff, around this Muslim community, I mean, it's a lovely community. It's a very big Muslim community. You have a very big Somali and a Yemeni community. It's also very, very traditional. So the Yemenis here, they're very traditional. So they wouldn't like seeing me dressing like the way I dress, so I'm way too fashionable for them. So to them, obviously, the more Muslims around here, they wear the habayas, so the long black dress. So they wouldn't really be happy seeing me wearing trousers or a shorter t-shirt. Something really funky or colourful, because obviously to them, they're more traditional. But I mean, when they do see me wear stuff like that, they don't really react to it as a negative thing, but it's new to them, so they're kind of surprised, But I think they've just gotten used to it now. I started off with me just designing my clothes because I was too lazy to sew them. My mum would make them. As I went along, I kind of wanted to learn more, so I was making as well as just designing. So it went on from me doing nothing to me half doing stuff, but now I'm like fully sewing everything. This was very recently, like a couple of months ago, because I felt like I didn't want to really depend on anybody else. I wanted to make my things myself. And I felt like I came up with a better design in the outcome because I was being more creative as I went along. I market my design mostly on social media because that's the way forward nowadays. I started it off with just myself and my daughter just dressing up in our matching Mace Mode pieces, and then that's how it started. And now obviously people, they'll ask if they can buy certain things. The main social media platforms that I use are Instagram. That's the main thing, because I think with pictures, obviously it makes a big deal. It kind of helps what I do. So Instagram. I use YouTube as well, actually, because I've started doing YouTube videos here and there with my daughter. So I feel like that as well is helping me, because some people who are not on Instagram are on YouTube and vice versa. So yeah, I think just a bit of everything really. As cliche as this sounds, but I really do feel like my designs are different to everybody else's because each piece says something completely different. Like, I mean, even my collections, when I have a collection, each piece is completely different to the next. So it will have one piece will have some a statement shoulder piece, or one piece I made was made out of a curtain. So I've never seen my designs anywhere else. So even though they're modest, they don't actually say, as soon as you see a piece, it wouldn't just say, oh yeah, that's a modest, like how you see abayas. It's not really like that. It's just really elegant, long covering pieces.
The city of Birmingham, England. A city that has a sizable Muslim community. Being the second most populous city in the United Kingdom after London, Birmingham is an ethnically and culturally diverse city. It is here, in the exciting city of Birmingham, that a group of nasheed singers avail their talent and craft to their faith.
Nasheed, in its essence, is a person's expression of their love for God, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and expressing the unique qualities of our messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the actual origin of Nasheed.
Branding themselves as the Sham Group, this band of devout Muslim brothers started with a humble aspiration close to 20 years ago.
The main intention behind our group was our frustration growing up in this country. We were young, we didn't have any alternatives, so we grew up with the Western music, with Bollywood, Hollywood, but there was nothing for Muslims, and people weren't aware of these nasheeds. We did have some which was from Pakistan, but it was very strange to us. We didn't really understand or connect with it. So the main intention behind what we did was to provide an alternative for Western Muslims who enjoy music, but in a halal way, and appreciate our heritage and our culture as Muslims, which is so vast.
This niche art has helped the Sham Group to minister to the wider Muslim audience. The month of Ramadan is also the period when the Sham Group invests enormously in refreshing other Muslims within the community.